I wish you would stop. So I've been at this for quite some time, right? And I have been on many different ends of the spectrum of diet culture and what's good and what's bad and all of the things, all of the rules, all of the eat this, not that type of stuff. I have done it all. I have believed it all. And today I am coming at you with a couple of things I wish you would stop doing, both as a nutrition coach, wanting the best for every single person that comes across my channel. I want you to find optimum health and balance and wellness, and also coming at you as somebody who's been through it all and is tired of hearing all of the crap that everybody else has to put out there. So today we are talking about a couple of things that I just wish you would stop. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna. I am the diva behind Diva and the Divine, and I am sharing my journey to better health, wellness, balance, and confidence, and I'm coaching other women to do the exact same. And today, we're gonna jump right in with something that I kind of want all of us to hear. And it's one of those things that a lot of people are talking about right now, and it's crucially important because you have to hear something over and over and over again in order to get it to sink into our subconscious, right? Like, this is just a known fact about psychology, is you need to hear the same thing repeated to you multiple times before it sticks in the way that the sticking is desired, right? So today we're talking about a couple of things I just wish you would stop, starting with demonizing foods. We are over it. We are done. No more are we going to say, you don't eat sugar, don't eat fat, don't eat carbs, keto's the only way. It doesn't freaking matter. Here's the thing about demonizing foods. Oftentimes, we will spend so much time living by these food rules that some influencer has created for us online, some fitness person, some person that's lost 100 pounds and is convinced this is the only way to do it. And we spend so much time worried about what they say we can or can't eat that we actually end up letting nutrition and health and flexibility and all those good balance-like things fall to the wayside for the sake of this one particular way of eating. And let me be very clear. I am guilty of this, okay? I went through the super hyper clean eating phase where let me follow this one person whose entire online business is on the concept of clean eating and promotes weight loss as a result of the clean eating. Spoiler alert, the weight loss happens because of all of the limiting foods that you're no longer allowed to eat for the sake of clean eating, that you end up being in a calorie deficit and losing weight. Like, that's just how it works. And quite frankly, that's how all of these things work. When you start to be very particular about the types of foods that come into your body, naturally, we tend to start to eat a little less when we're paying more attention, right? Which results in a calorie deficit, which results in weight loss, or can result in weight loss. Doesn't mean that the way of eating and the demonizing of the foods was the answer. No, it just means that being a little bit more reasonable about portion sizes and things of that nature is actually what we need to be doing. But instead of listening to our bodies and nurturing it with nutrition and joyful movement, instead we decide to demonize food. Sugar is going to kill you. Artificial sugar is going to kill you. Processed foods are going to kill you. Non-organic foods are going to kill you. All of these things, you guys, there's actually like not a whole lot of research that's actually confirmed in big studies that are actually impactful enough for us to take a stance as a whole on these things to make them true. It is something that somebody wants to sell you. It is something that has happened to them personally that they're like, oh, you know what? This is a great way. This is the end all be all only way. When the reality is, it's okay. Is cutting sugar out of your life going to result in weight loss? It might, especially if you're somebody who eats a lot of it on a daily basis. If you cut that out, of course you're going to lose weight, but you're also going to cut out a lot of the joy. So instead of cutting out sugar completely, what if we focus on adding in nourishing, well-balanced meals without restriction or food limits or demonizing foods of any kind, and maybe have a dessert every once in a while, once a day, maybe not all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Balance. There's stuff to be said there for balance. And quite frankly, I think that demonizing food is the wrong way to do it. I know I've done it in the past. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm over it. I'm done. We are done demonizing foods. Sidebar, let me know in the comments below what food you have seen demonized the most that you're just done and over with. Let me know in the comments. The next thing I really wish you would stop doing is putting too much weight, no pun intended, on the number on the scale. We are done using the scale as the primary metric for success in our health and wellness journeys. You know by now that the scale is a single, uno, metric of success among the lineup of many other metrics of success. We're talking things like our biofeedback. How is our digestion, our mood, our sleep? How are our blood panels when we go to the doctor? How is our energy level? How are your pants fitting? What are the measurements around your waist saying as opposed to the number on the scale? The scale tells us weight. It does not tell us in a fat loss journey actual fat loss. It tells us what our actual weight is. And weight can be influenced by a lot more than just the body fat that we have on our bodies. We do not gain 1.5 pounds overnight on a day that we have eaten carbs because we've gained 1.5 pounds of fat. No, that's not how it works here. Enjoy your freaking pasta and understand that the scale is going to be up the next day because you're retaining a little bit more water. Water is good. Our bodies are mostly water. We need water. Therefore, there's no reason to fret about it. And instead, people, going back to number 1, demonize the carbohydrate because they see the scale go up. Y'all, the scale is not the end all be all. It's just not. And we need to start letting go of the number on that scale. We need to start embracing other metrics of health. But Brianna, I'm trying to lose weight. Yes, I know. I know you are. But actually what you're trying to do is lose fat. Let's be very honest for a minute. When you look in the mirror, when you get on the scale, when you are concerned about the size of clothes that you're wearing, you're not actually after decreasing the number on the scale. You are actually after decreasing the amount of fat on your body and your body's circumference. You can do this without worrying about the number on the scale. You can achieve fat loss without the scale. The scale is just one metric of progress among a list of many. This is the thing that I am trying to embrace now. This is the thing that I'm teaching my clients now. We are not about a sole focus on the number on the scale. We're not even on a sole focus of tracking all of our food meticulously. We are about balance. We are about nourishment. We are about living every day to our fullest because we are fueling our body well, treating our body well, and naturally, slowly, at a pace that is good and healthy for our bodies, we are getting down to the body weight that we should be according to our own body, not according to society's standards. It's time we let go of the number on the scale. And I wish you would stop using that as the metric for success. Next thing I wish you would stop doing is skipping rest days. Y'all, I know we like to go to the gym. I know we like to push harder, but the problem with this is there's a very fine line between the mindset of I'm challenging myself because this feels good. I feel strong. I feel empowered and I feel awesome. And I'm doing this because I want to burn extra calories because I ate a cookie yesterday. Big difference in the mindsets there. And I want to be very clear that the mindset of having to earn our food, having to burn calories to get a smaller number on that scale, which we are no longer worrying about, right? That's not the right reason to do the fitness. That's not the right reason, but that's not even what I'm talking about here. So many times we get so wrapped up in, I have to go to the gym. I should go to the gym. I need to go to the gym. I need to do this workout. I blah, 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 blah. That we're like, you know what would be better than working out 5 days a week? Working out 7 days a week. In our society right now, it is very common that more is always better. And here is the truth. More is not always better. You guys, our bodies need time to recover. So if you're going to the gym 7 days a week, if you're pushing your body harder than its threshold that it can possibly handle, and you give it no time to recover, you're just gonna keep beating a dead horse, and you don't wanna do that. Rest days are as important as your work days. Rest days are as important as your work days. We like rest. Y'all, even the good Lord rested on the 7th day. It's in the Bible. Rest is crucial. Rest is important. Rest is something that is built in as a necessity for humankind. And we need to embrace that and accept that and lean into that. And instead of beating ourselves to a living pulp for the sake of health and fitness, we need to do what's actually healthy and make sure we're taking couple days off every week. There's no need to go to the gym and beat ourselves up every day. Now let me be very clear. I'm not saying sit on a couch like a potato for your rest day. If that's something you need to do, go right ahead. But rest day just means maybe not pushing yourself at the gym, maybe not running a 5K. Instead, it can be going for a half an hour walk outside, taking in some sunshine and a podcast. It can be going and playing your favorite sport with a friend, walking your dog, going swimming in the summertime. Activity does not have to be this big, heavy-duty thing that you do to beat your body up. Rest days, my friends, you need them. I need them. And you will find that your body responds better to your training days if you give it the necessary rest that it needs in order to recover. I need you to stop skipping your rest days. Do you know what else we need to stop doing? Being overly restrictive. And I mean this in the most general sense of the term, because restriction can mean a lot of things to different people. Being overly restrictive is thinking we need 1,200 calories a day in order to lose weight. Being overly restrictive is cutting out entire food groups like carbohydrates, for example. Being overly restrictive is saying, I'm not allowed to have this food anymore because it is a no-no food, a bad food. We don't do anything of the sort anymore. We are done doing the heavy restriction because do you know what happens? Do you know what happens when we restrict? Let me paint a little picture for you. Let's picture two 5-year-old children at a birthday party, right? One of the kids, the birthday girl or the birthday boy, just finished opening their presents and they got dozens of brand new, sparkling, high-tech, can you even believe the type of stuff that's out for children nowadays, stuff. Amazing things. And they can open and play with whatever they want. Now, little sister, who's 4 years old, just so they don't feel left out, mom and dad bought her a set of really cheap paper dolls. These paper dolls are nothing. They don't hold a candle to any of the extravagant toys that the birthday girl just opened, right? What do you think birthday girl's gonna wanna play with? Spoiler alert, it's not gonna be any of the amazing toys that she opened. It's going to be the one thing that she cannot have. Those paper dolls. The second you restrict something, the second you tell somebody that they can't have something, automatically, it is the only thing they can think about. Have you experienced this? I can't have these brownies. I'm on a diet. Therefore, what are you craving? Constantly. Brownies. I know, exactly. It's bonkers. It is the way that our mind works, and as infuriating as it is, it's the truth. So when we are overly restrictive, we are automatically setting ourselves up to fail on our health journeys because we're messing with the way our brains are wired. We are working against ourselves by restricting ourselves. And instead of gentle nutrition, instead of understanding that we can have some leeway for fun foods, for play foods, for foods that we don't necessarily need to eat every day, instead of doing that, we just go, I can't have it, and then we spend the entire time thinking about food. Raise your hand if you've ever been on a diet and you just finished eating lunch and automatically you are thinking right away about what you get to eat next. Yeah, we've all been there, right? Because all we think about is what we restrict, right? What we resist persists. Therefore, if you're so concerned about all of the things you're restricting, all you're gonna be able to think about is food. The second you let go of that restriction, the second everything is permissible, the second it's okay for you to have a croissant in the middle of the day on a Tuesday just because you can, everything changes. And all of a sudden, you're going to be in total control of your wellness journey. Whatever that journey looks like for you. And maybe it is a weight loss journey and that's okay. But you will feel so much more empowered to be able to make choices that are aligned with your goals when you let go of that restrictive mindset. We're done. We're done with the overly restrictive life, you guys, and we are embracing balance in this wellness journey. And the last thing I wish you would stop doing is comparing your results to others, comparing your body to others, comparing your diets to others. You need to stay in your own lane and I need to stay in mine. Now, it feels like I'm not staying in my own lane because I put my lane out there on YouTube, but in actuality, I'm staying in my own lane. I'm not trying to convince you to do things my way. I am not trying to convince you to do Weight Watchers or healthy or macros or even intuitive eating. On my channel, it might feel like that because that was my experience, right? I did all of those things, and here now today, 2023, is where I've landed. And I have my experience to speak of. And my experience and my knowledge is what I use to teach my one-on-one clients and help them achieve their goals, yes. But to you, my friend watching on YouTube, I'm not trying to convince you to do anything. But I am telling you this, whatever lane you decide that you need to be in, whether it's an unrestricted lifestyle on a points counting plan, or an unrestricted lifestyle counting macros and calories, or an unrestricted lifestyle doing intuitive eating, I need you to stay in your own lane. Don't look at Julie and what she's doing over here. Don't look at Sally and how she's being successful over there. Don't look at me and be like, what she's doing doesn't appear to be working for her, therefore she's a failure at life. No, we're not doing any of that. We are not comparing. We are not judging. We are not worried about anybody else's progress except our own. Right? Except our own. Use videos that you see on YouTube as inspiration and motivation. Do not use them to compare. Do not use them to compare. Do not look at the probably, likely, photoshopped and filtered pictures on Instagram and think that that's real life and that's something that you need to achieve by buying somebody's 30-day program. That's not how this works. The comparison trap will get you every single time. And it's time that we get rid of the comparison trap and instead we empower and we lift up everybody and we celebrate individual wins, because what could be a small win for somebody could be Mount Everest for somebody else. Let's empower and lift people up and stay in our own lane and not worry about what their successes mean for me. Just because someone else finds success doing something doesn't mean it's the right thing for you. Doesn't mean it's the right thing for me either. And that's okay. It is okay that we have different approaches, different opinions. That's what makes life so interesting, is the variety of people and opinions and beliefs and everything that we encounter in this lifetime. And it is beautiful. So I need you to stay in your own lane, and I wish you would stop comparing your journey to the journey of others. All right, time to step off of my soapbox, but those are a couple of things I wish you would stop doing and start living a life that is for you, that is balanced, that's focused on health and wellness, and my favorite word as of late, vibrancy. That should be the objective for all of our wellness goals, is to find a life that is just so fulfilling and energized and vibrant that we ain't got no time for body comparison or worrying about what size we are or worried about what number is on the scale. Let's be well to live well, my friends. Until next time, take care. Bye.